Hello, my precious cinnamon rolls. My name is Phoephoe, and I'm here back again playing Loren the Amazon Princess. I'm still getting adjusted to this new headset and microphone, so I'm going to find the right balance between audio and trying to reduce background noise as well. So, previously we finished a couple of personal quests. We still got Karen's quest left to do. I'm going to attempt that now, though I might not be the right level for it because of when you're both rogues, the party balance is quite difficult. So at the moment we can only have Karen and Eleanor. Eleanor and Karen left the camp under false motives so that Loren would not suspect her mother's gifts too soon. They travelled far across the lands until reaching the unforgiving swamps. Karen says, "I have never wanted to return to these parts." Eleanor watched Karen closely, only daring to go as far as she would. She asked, "So what are we looking for?" And says, "The ruins where you found me. They are the remains of a people that once ruled here, the Chizulu." Eleanor asked, "And Lisman are descendants?" Karen chuckled under her breath. "No, I believe they are just fond of the swamp. It is like all civilizations. When one dies, another will quickly take its place." Eleanor asks, "You consider the Lisman a civilization?" Karen slowed but did not stop. "I've been in their company. They are not simple creatures." Eleanor asks, "They're not?" Before Karen could answer, the mighty ruins of Chizulu appeared before them. Most structures were crumbling into the swamp, but they remained a marvel. In the distances, they could see smoke from a campfire. Anna asked, "Do you think?" Karen said, "Yes, Lisman. We have to avoid them as we make our way into the ruins. Any relic from wars of old would be preserved underground." Ellen nodded and followed Karen as she crouched and slightly sped across the mud. At the campfire, many lizard men were lounging around it as if sleeping, but they were chattering and hissing at each other. Hearing this one on the left's got two heads, but it's not, there's another one behind him. Anna asked, "What are they doing?" "That is how they speak." "Then they are not sleeping." "They are like moths in front of flames." Karen had learned much about their culture from her imprisonment. She says, "Over there, that doorway." Karen pointed out the goal. Now they had to reach it without being caught. The lizardman was patrolling the perimeter of the campfire circle. He had just finished his round on the side closest to them. Karen looked over at Eleanor. "Go now." They both rushed forward into a shadow to wait for the next move. The same lizard on the patrol was now about to start its path from the side closest to them. Eleanor had to make a split-second decision. Eleanor decided it was best to wait and go when the patrol was on the far side. However, they waited too long and the first patrol came around and noticed them. He hissed at them, at the other lizardman to attack. Oops. Right, this might be difficult. Let's see what we can damage. Got scouts and two warriors. Karen doesn't do much damage, and I haven't upgraded her equipment, unfortunately. Oh, he's guarding that one, that's why he's hunting. Oh, that was easier than I thought it would be. Okay.
There may be strength left in you.
Eleanor's a bit suffering for health there. Karen says, "I do not like this. We have invaded their home for no glorious purpose. We should avoid killing them." Eleanor says, "Yes, ma'am." Now, inside of a ruined building, they softly stepped down a dark hallway until they heard more hiss talk. Karen peered around the corner and saw several lizardmen. They both pressed against the wall and calculated the plan. Eleanor needed to time this right. Go now. I slipped around the corner, but right into a patrolling lizardman. Hey, heal up. Karen. Oh, Karen doesn't have a bow, right.
Guide my weapon.
You can hit directly, like, to the person behind, but she doesn't do very much damage at all. She does, scared debuff. Oh dear, poor Eleanor. There we go. Take some healing potions there. There you go. It says more needless deaths. It says the last. Let's hope so. It was in no time in searching hallways for a way deeper into the ruins. They found a door that led deep into the ground. They ascended into the belly of the ruins, relying on lights that the lizardmen had furnished along the walls. At the bottom they came into a dusty chamber. There were piles of rusting metal and rotting wood. Alice says, "What a very strong odour this room has." Karen says, "It's a trash of them, but in these piles lie historical artefacts." Eleanor asks, "Where do we start looking?" "Left pile." A small blade sliced at Eleanor's ankle. She yelped and kneeled down to grab her wound. Green blur moved toward Karen. "Watch out!" Karen cartwheeled backwards just as a small creature swiped at her. Eleanor ripped a torch for a wall and threw it at the lizard man. It landed at its feet and showed that it was a young lizard woman. It says, "A child, do not attack." The juvenile says, "Trespassers." Both Eleanor and Karen were startled by the talking juvenile, and they noticed that the child may be green and covered with scales, but her head was similar to theirs. I asked, "What is she, a new race?" "Halt." The language they understood was followed by hissing they did not. An elf woman and a lizard man ran into the room with glares. The elf hissed and clicked to the juvenile, but the girl didn't move. What is an elf doing with the lizard man? The elf said, "Thieves, you disgrace our home." The man snapped his jaws and wielded a weapon. Eleanor said, "We don't wish to fight you. We're here to retrieve a relic and then we'll leave peacefully." Eleanor says, "Thieves must die." The child tried to attack Karen, but Eleanor dove down to protect her. The elf mother did what any mother would do. Crap. Okay. First things first, you heal up. Second things first, you take a potion. Alright, we're gonna mark them because then she does more damage. And now we're gonna heal Karen, and then Karen is gonna keep striking through like that.
Let's be more careful.
Lizard man and the elf woman ran out of breath and crouched down in defeat. Karen said, "Stay your weapon, no more." Eleanor obeyed and pulled back. The child lizard woman stopped hiding behind her parents and picked up the nearest weapon. Excuse me, so sleepy today. She threw a mighty spear much stronger and faster than any Amazon her spear could have. The spear whizzed past them both so they could admire her skill rather than fear her. Karen said, "You're a superior child. Stop coming, leave us alone." The elf woman pulled back her child and glared at them. "You must be visited by scavengers often," Eleanor says. Eleanor says, "Savages." So Karen picked up the spear on the ground and held it in her hands. The family went tense. "I was mistaken to think I have any right to come here and take as I please. I would trade with you as equals." Karen slipped her rations from her hip along with her personal royal belongings. She threw the satchel on the ground by the child. "I give you everything I have of worth for this weapon for everything else that's robbed from you. You have my word of the Amazon Queen that the Amazons will not breach your lands again." The elf says, "Queen?" That's thief. The mother hushed the half-breed child. Karen signalled to Eleanor that it was time to leave. They were allowed to leave the chamber and they found their way out of the ruins. They found their way out of the ruins. That still does weird sentence. Once they were deep in the swamp again, Karen stopped. "We have thought too little of lizard people until now. We should not have been there." Eleanor says, "I'm sorry that you did not find a gift for Loren." Karen held the spear she recovered from the room in front of her. It was discoloured and very old, but surprisingly sharp. "I will reveal this to her, though she may not wield it, it will be symbolic to her strength. Weapon of the Great Mothers is a rare honour." Travelled a long way back to the camp. Karen prepared the spear for Loren with much care. She cleaned it and studied it. She even practised with it to taste its power. It's clear to Eleanor that Karen had been attached to it. So it was a secretly happy moment for her when Loren refused to take such an immense gift from her mother. "This is a spear, mother. You should wield it, not I." Karen says, "Are you rejecting my gift? You dishonour me." Loren says, "No, I am honouring you. I have no use for a spear. A weapon is only powerful when it's used. That is what you taught me." Loren says, "I went very far to reclaim this. I shed my royal possessions to payment." Loren says, "By all views, it is yours." Loren says, "Loren." Karen raised her voice, tempting to force Loren to accept her gift. Loren's voice, however, was unnaturally. "Mother." Karen says, "If you will not take it, then force my hand. I will carry it until I can deposit to the Citadel's reliquary." Eleanor smiled and left her mother on these words. Eleanor also smiled, and that Karen would have a token of strength to keep for herself. Perhaps Karen would feel empowered rather than weakened. We have the ancestors. Okay. Look at the camp. We've done everybody's personal quests. Except I don't think we've done Ray's because I think breaking the romance means that you can get that quest. Where's Karen in the thingy? There she is. Okay. Spear of the Ancestors. I should have really upgraded her gear earlier, but I haven't got anything she can use. It's better. She doesn't have a bow. I should put a bow on her. There we go. Just pop back to Grimoire. Oh, fight. Oh shit! I've only got those two in her formation. Might not be able to do this.
You forfeited your life.
I need to save the game. Ah, crap.
Thank you.
Oh dear. I didn't save my game. I might have to reload and skip forward. Oh my god, Roman, stop dying.
I am not ready to join.
Game over. I'll just pause for a second. Okay, I'll go back to the Citadel. I'm just resetting up my party. Now that we've done everybody's personal quests. Let's have Bara, and then we need another warrior. We'll have Kiki, and another rogue. We'll have race. Misfit. Just save the game again. Collect the camp. No personal quests yet. I want to look in the inventory in the quests. Stop the Succubus. That's in Grand Tree. Save the scouts from the Castle of Namar. Let's stop the Succubus first, because the Castle of Namar is expansion pack stuff. So need to go to Grand Tree. Where is it? It's over here. Oh, outskirts. There we go. Bird scouted in the field with Misfit entered the trees. He stopped briefly as the whole forest seemed to creak and moan in his presence. Ray walked past him with a disgusted look, but said nothing. Misfit took a breath and continued forward. The ground pressed through the forest. The group, even, pressed through the forest, looking for any signs of a demon. Mirth hesitated. I cannot go with you. The pain. It's too much to be in the forest along with demons. Ray says you're still not used to it yet. Mirth says I'm not sure I'll ever be. Mirth says, very well, go back to the village with the general. We'll return soon. Mirth nodded and left with a wary look over her shoulder. Loren led everyone deeper into the forest. The Succubus could not have gone very far. There was no breeze, no chirping birds, no wandering animals, nothing. Dora says, it's just me, or did this forest get really creepy from the last time I was here? Dora says, it's definitely way more. Dora screamed as she almost ran into an elf woman standing silently behind a tree. Whoa, you scared me, sorry. Hi? The elf was unresponsive, staring straight ahead. Almentia says another. Almentia pointed to yet another elf standing stoically within the trees. Yes, very, very creepy now, Draco says. Almentia says, more slaves to the demon's magic. Almentia says, do not harm them if it can be helped, they're innocents. Ray approached one of the elves, sick to his stomach from seeing his people rendered hollow. He reached up to touch the elf arch to see if he could shake him from his trance. Ray's hand touched him, the elf suddenly grabbed him in the arch. The group felt it was to break Ray's hand until he managed to pull it free. Dora screeched at the elf. She was standing there, suddenly lunged at her. More mind-controlled elves appeared and pulled out their weapons. Elf says, we have no choice now. Well, we have to fight them. Right, what have we got? 2 scouts, 3 mages and a druid healer. Take out the healer and the mages first. Let's have Misfit go into demon form. Oh dear. We've got a rank swap. Chambara swapped ranks with Kiki and has been deaded. Oh, they're weaker and air, that's very useful. Resurrect Chambara now? Ouch! Dying! Oh dear, half my party's dead. Oh well, we'll finish them off here. Still get experience because they get resurrected at the end of the round. Put him all in will, and no skill points. Okay. They are forced to kill the elves. Loren grimaced looking at their bodies. Laura says, what unholy magic is this? Misfit says, demon magic from the lowest tier of Inferno. A faint giggle reached their ears, sending a chill up their spines. You flattered. Whoa! They all flipped around and saw the figure of a demonic woman standing with surprising ease amongst the carnage. took her hand off her hip and started to strut towards them, her high heels delicately stepping over bodies as if they were dominant. Why was she facing her... Why did she have her back towards us then? Just no reason except that they wanted to have a booty shot there. Not judging it, I'm just saying it seems a little unnecessary. Eleanor says, "Who are you?" Mesfit says, "Jewel." She stopped for a moment to read Mesfit, then she recognised him and smirked. "My, how you've grown. You've used my gift to its full potential, I see. I'm impressed." Very muscle Mesfit seemed to clench. Polymercia says, "Do not look her in the eyes, she'll try to possess you." Party members promptly looked away and shielded their eyes, but Joel only laughed. Amber says, I can't see her. Enea, what's going on?" Fierce and their limbs were suddenly too heavy to lift, trapping them in their bodies. Loren, however, used all of her strength to reach the hilt of the hawk blade. She lifted her hand and the blade started to grow vibrantly. Jill hissed as if repelled by the sword itself. Loren said, "You foul creature!" Loren could only challenge the demon with a fierce look, which unfortunately allowed Jill to work her holy magic, penetrating Loren's mind. Within moments, Loren willed to fight disappeared and her hand fell to her side. When his vision turned, Loren did not seem to exist anymore. There was only Jill in her eyes. She completely entranced her. There was no new colour or music to the mundane movements her body would make. Eleanor was completely stuck in her beauty. Beautiful, she was beautiful, nothing could ever hurt. Something so precious, she would do anything for her. But honestly, this was demon's magic was beyond what they could bear. Even the talented Polymercia was barely cognitive. So what was unmistakable was the deep desire in the eyes of certain party members for Jill and on her. Even Loren's wrath had melted into lust. Jill walked around and Loren seductively using the tips of her fingers to tease. Jill said, now, hasn't everyone told you it's impolite to stare?" Just the blush is making me laugh. She moved next to Ramos, running a silky hand through his hair. He visibly shivered. Dora looked pained at the sight. Jill says, "Look what you're making me do." She grazed past Karen, again using her eyes to ensnare them further. Karen's chest heaved. She never felt anything so wonderful as Jill's touch. Eleanor's lips trembled, seeing the demon brush up against Karen, but that was the extent of what her body would let her move. Had she more power, Eleanor would scream for the Succubus to keep her hand off her queen. Jill says, "You've all been a thorn in my lord's side from the very beginning." She dove in close to Ray's face, and his eyes followed her intently. To his disappointment, Jill broke away and fell towards him, and kicking almost the same movement. She leaned against her chest and his gulp. Eleanor's stomach flipped, seeing someone lean so intimately against a gladiator. It wasn't right. The demon had disarmed Aaron Kiki so easy. Eleanor could never do that to him. Jill said, "You just couldn't shrivel up and die. You couldn't even let our war take its course." Jill says, "You should have just stayed home." Jill whispered directly into Salazar's ear. His back went rigid, losing all of his monk training in the blink of an eye. She then stepped over to Chambara, sliding her fingers behind her head and through her hair. Chambara's eyes were heavy and her smirk very pronounced. "Now they have to punish you." Eleanor wasn't sure who was being played at that moment. Chambara looked just as she did every time she teased her. Chambara was really bewitched at this moment. Was all the teasing really teasing after all? Jill looked at the Mesfit. He was at least affected by her charms, but he couldn't move a muscle. He could only growl at her. "Smile." Succubus grabbed Mesfit's chin harshly. "I hate to see you frowning so much." Eleanor screamed from the inside of her head for Jill to let Mesfit go. As if she could hear her, the Succubus looked directly back at Eleanor. Succubus crept all over her. Her eyes seemed to be the only thing to exist in the world at this moment. Everything else was forgotten. "Do you know how many times we've tried to kill you?" She stood at Eleanor with a placating look. Running her hand down her cheek, he ran her fingers down her chin and grazed her lips. "Too many." She smacked Eleanor's cheek, but she was still unable to shake from her trance. "If we can't kill you, then we'll use you like toys." Jules slunk devilishly in front of Draco and grinned. "Wouldn't you like to be my little toy?" Draco says, "I had the option." "Oh good, I thought we were just going to brainwash us. Just mark me down as a no-go for the toy thing." She flashed her eyes intently. Draco squeaked and grabbed his throat. "None of you have a choice. You're all mine. And why? Because I said so. Because I get what I want. And because you make it so incredibly easy for me." Her raspy groan kept Jill from ranting further. She looked around and realized the sound was coming from Loren, no longer looking bewitched. "Certainly you trying to speak? Or are you just moaning in pleasure?" Loren's grunt turned into a growl, suddenly gaining volume and ferocity. Soon her mouth opened and she was able to actually shout. Her yell strengthened, louder, harsher. Loren was unleashing her the most mighty war cry anyone had ever heard, looking Jill dead in the eyes. The demon was no longer smiling. The sound was so loud she had to step back. Eleanor began to feel in control of her own body again, arms, leg, head, mouth. Loren. It was strange for her first words, but her name filled her with a strange security and liberty that she desperately needed then. Jill says, "How are you doing this? How can you shake my magic from your voice only?" Also, Loren grabbed the hilt of the sword. The others around her made small movements and Jules' magic faded completely away. It says, "No, filthy mortals, you are under my..." The hot blade fell over its sheath and cut through the air just in front of the demon, only missing it by a hair. Loren's shout ended and she caught her breath. Everyone around her pulled out their weapons as well, now impervious to Jules' harms. "You're beyond denying now. I'm bored of you and I will do what the stupid green goblin could not. Misfit!" They all looked back to see the dark house transformed in a demon form and he was staring intently at Jules. "Come here, come fight for your master." Obediently, Misfit pushed his way through the party members to join Jules' side. Now, I'm going to leave this episode here on a cliffhanger. Hi, this is Phoephoe. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and if you really liked it, please subscribe.